Yo muy feliz porque sé que me quieres como yo a ti. Lo siento. Sé que no soy nadie más que un triste enamorada. Una loca romántica que solo quiere estar a ¿Por qué me niegas siempre la felicidad? ¿Por qué nunca me das?
Saludos, saludos, guys. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday at Sears Tejano here in Crystal City. Welcome to my show. We have a great guest coming up, Mr. Eddie y Los Volcanes. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're gonna have a great interview. Get to know him a little bit. Get to know a little bit about their story, how they got into the industry and stuff like that. If you guys know them, a little bit in my family's hometown out there in Washington and stuff like that, then you'll know who I'm talking about. Again, thank you for being here in Serious Tejano this Wednesday. This week has been so crazy with so much going on, right? Christmas around the corner, New Year's around the corner. I know we've been very busy. I've changed a lot of things and we're having interviews here and there. So we've been so crazy with how our shows have been going. Again, I want to give props to my boss man, Mr. Joe Rivas, to all the fans that join us every night and every time we get on. So I'm not going to let Mr. Eddie wait any longer. I know he has a person with him, part of the band, his son. So I'm going to go ahead and let them in so you guys get to know these guys. Again, saludos, Mr. Eddie and Sean. Saludos. Thank you for being here at Serious Tejano.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite tonight. It's our pleasure to be here on your show tonight, all the way from Seattle, Washington, believe it or not.
Yes.
That's where we reside. And we're talking from Volcanes Studios right here in Seattle, Washington. Along with me, I've got my son, who's the producer of the band. He's the musical arranger. He's the one that does all of our recordings, and that's pretty much everything you behind the scenes that people don't get to see. Sean actually is responsible for all those things behind the scenes that people don't get to see. Also, the production. So, alongside with being the bus driver of the band, so he also gets to do that for us, and thank God for that, because those days for me are past me. But thank God he gets us to the events and back. And so saludos everybody that's listening in, all your radio escucha. Saludos de parte de los Volcanes de Eddie Rodriguez.
Awesome. Again, thank you guys so much. So, Sean, your dad kind of put you on the spot and say you're responsible basically for everything.
That's what he said. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of took it upon myself to. I went to school for audio production, so I kind of took an interest in the whole production side of the music. Not so much this part of it, but I like being more of the behind the scenes guy.
That's
So
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love seeing duos like you guys, especially when it comes to son and son and dad, or son and
Yeah.
daughter, or just the family oriented type of bands. I think that's what makes chemistry so much better, especially when you're on the road and stuff like that. Because it's always good to have a family member on the road because it makes you stay connected to back home, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's exactly what we've been blessed that we've gotten to. Sean's been a part of the band for well over 20 years now. So
Sweet.
he took over for his uncle, who used to be the drummer for the band. And he's been a godsend to me, because Sean is also a Tejano Music Award winner. not a
Awesome.
nominee, an actual winner here. So he's actually won awards out of the Tejano music industry. So privileged to see him do the things that he's done in the music industry, and proud of him, of course, as his dad. So um, the only thing, unfortunately, tonight, our lead singer wasn't able to make it. Sarah Fonseca is the lead singer of the band now, and she's been doing a great job of putting out songs that Sean has brought into the studio, and we've all had a part between the three of us of producing this music through CHR Records. Saludos para Rick Garcia out of
Yes.
I believe is he's in Harlingen now, Texas, where I am from, which is Brownsville, Texas.
Nice, nice. Yeah, salutes to Sarah. Fortunately, couldn't be here, but I'm pretty sure the next time we guys have
Yeah,
you here, I'm pretty sure it'll be a great, great one. And like I said, I know there's so many things going on right now with holidays and everything. We honor everybody that comes through us because I know it takes a top, a tough task to do this, especially when
right.
you have your regular life. But we always appreciate you guys. Without you guys, sometimes we can't do what we do. So
Yeah.
we appreciate you for being here and taking this time. And to all the fans that usually log in and stuff like that, I mean, thank you guys. There's so many podcasts, so many radio stations, so many things, and everybody, shows their support here and there, and that's what we're grateful for. And this is what makes our show, our station, as great as it can be. And again, like I said, like people like you that put out music like this is what gets you guys recognized and gets you guys who you guys are.
Exactly, and we appreciate the time that you've given us today, Kelly, on your program.
Yes,
Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of space to come into your show and to get with your fans and tell us them about the band. Of course, we don't live in Texas, so it's kind of awkward for us because we only get to go down there so often. The fanfares we've done, the Conjunto Awards, we've done plenty of them.
yes.
Back in the day, we were doing Conjunto awards events,
Mhm.
South Texas Conjunto Award events almost every year.
Wow.
Those were our Hacienda
Yep.
records days that we spent with Hacienda.
Yep.
I want to say we spent about 20 years on that record label. So we've got, if you go into YouTube, you can see all the history of what Sean and I have done, and there's lots of it. So if anybody wants to see some of the history, YouTube has that for sure.
Yes, awesome. And I'm glad that you're mentioning that because a lot of people be like, well, how can we get to know them a little bit and stuff like that? Well, there you go, guys. You can look at them up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure your songs on Spotify and all those
Oh
platforms that
yeah,
you can get music and stuff like that. So
yeah,
to the fans that are on there probably question, well, who are they? Go look them up. I know you guys always say, well, you guys have a lot of new people. That's the reason we do this because
yes,
we in the South Texas area, and I say it this and every interview I get, it's hard to get away from what we know, right?
yes,
So I'm glad that you're coming here. I have a lot of family in Washington. I have a lot of people in Pascal, Washington,
yeah,
Quincy, Washington, Moses Lake, Washington. So
yeah,
my family's in that area. And I mentioned you guys, and I think it's one of my cousins said, like, whoa, we've seen them. And I'm
yeah,
like, wow, that's crazy. Like you don't expect that, but you guys are very
yeah.
well known in your area. And, good luck to you guys that you guys keep doing what you do in your hometown because they say themselves they're like acá no hay tejano or no hay conjunto that much.
Yeah,
It's usually music. What you hear
yeah,
banda music. So
yeah.
for you guys to keep that tradition, bringing that type of music out there is what keeps a lot of the tejanos that do have roots in Texas to stay have something from home because of what you guys play and you do in your shows.
Thank you so much, Kelly. And before I forget, Kelly, un saludo para Roy Arriega,
Yes.
who's the one that set this interview up for the band. Roy has been a supporter for many years now. So I want to shout out to him because he continues to support us and to get interviews like this, like you were saying earlier, the podcasts that we've been doing. I'm used to having what I used to have to do back in the day of the Hacienda Records Day out of Corpus Christi, the real Hacienda Records.
Yes.
I used to have to travel to do radio. We would let out a brand new CD, and back in the days, we were letting out CDs. I mean, we were around Hacienda when we were doing LPs,
Wow.
and producing LPs back then. Sean wasn't around at that time, but Rick Garcia, thank God to him because of the fact that he's always been a supporter of
Mm-hmm.
us. Clear up here in Seattle, Washington. He's been a great friend of mine for many decades now. So, saludos para Rick Garcia and CHR Records. That's the record label we are on now, and that we continue to produce music through. So, thanks to Rick Garcia and CHR Records.
Yes. And also know that, Mr. Eddie, your family was very involved with some stuff down here in the Rio Grande Valley, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've got my folks in the 1960s were were dance promoters.
Awesome.
In Brownsville, it was called Centro Cívico, where all the Tony de la Rosas, the Gilberto Perez's, the Rubén Velas, all the icons that I grew up listening to would play for my folks back in the day before we moved up to Seattle. That's a little bit of the history of how I got introduced into this music.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say those were probably the greatest times of my life because conjunto music was there was nothing else like it. It was
Yes.
just it was unimaginable seeing the people, the response, the support at those dances. I mean, you're talking a regular dance, at least 1,000 to 1,500 people watching these icons do their thing and perform. So I got to be a part of that for a short while. What happened was that my father decided to move to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And raise his family because of the fact that he had the opportunity to work for a famous aircraft company up here, which is called the Boeing Company.
Oh,
He was a aircraft mechanic, and he got recruited because there was a company down in Harlingen. Was called ISIS Corporation. They used to build aircraft parts. My father worked there. So they recruited him. They brought him up here to Seattle, and my dad had already been up here in Seattle back in his military days. So when he was in the army, he spent a short time up here in what is called McCord Air Force Base. So he got to know the weather up here. And by the way, Kelly, just so you know, the weather is terrible up here. We're having floods right now. There's a lot of people that are suffering right now
yeah,
um, because of the floods that are going on up here. And I know that you're familiar with it. I know
yeah.
how Houston can be. Houston is a big flood area.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes San Antonio. I've even been in San Antonio where it's flooding when you get those downpours. And right now we're going through that. So it's been a rough couple of weeks. I want to say 2 or 3 weeks now of rain and consecutive rain. See, what we're used to right now is having snow
Yes.
instead of rain,
Yeah.
and snow doesn't flood. In other words, it just stays on the streets for a long time the problem is it's been too warm here, and that's not usual for Seattle right now. We're used to the snow starting to come down. Of
Mhm.
course, it's Christmas time, and everybody is having the holiday times, and those are the things that I've always enjoyed about being out and living up here in the Pacific Northwest is that we get to actually see snow in Christmas time usually,
Yes.
and so it makes it more Christmassy, if you will. Uh, so, and unfortunately, right now it's a lot of rain.
Yes, prayers to all the families that are getting affected right now. Like I said,
Yeah,
I do have a lot of family out there. They have mentioned and they've said, and I've seen a lot of posts and stuff like that.
yeah,
To anybody that is, here has family that's going through it, our prayers are with you guys. I know it's a difficult time because out here in the South Texas area, we freak out when we get a flood. So
yes,
we totally understand what probably you're going through, and like you said, you guys are a city, a
yeah.
state that is basically known for the
The
weather
rain.
negatives and
Yes,
20s, 30s, or negative
yeah,
20s or whatever, and
yes.
just having rain.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big change, and like I'm very surprised to hear that you guys are still in the hot right now because
Yes,
I have a lot of people that live in my sister and my brothers live in Minnesota, and they're at the
yeah,
negatives right now. So
yeah,
it's pretty
yeah,
funny to hear that, Seattle's not that far from there. So
yes,
to hear you guys are having all those, it's like, wow, like you could
yes,
tell the hemisphere or whatever, they really did do a number on us, and it's changing the weathers, right? Because we're
yes.
pretty cold down. We're not that cold, but we get that, once we get under 60, everybody's all like, you can see all the cold still. So we start
Yeah,
freaking out. And I know when my family come from out there, like, this is summer weather. I'm like, are you crazy? It's cold.
yeah.
So
I mean, I've got cousins all down in the valley, and that still communicate, of course, with me, and
mhm.
it's amazing to me. It gets to 60 degrees, and they're saying it's freezing to them. It's
Yeah,
cold, and they're having to use their furnaces to warm up the house or something. I'm thinking to myself,
yeah,
oh my God, 60 is perfect weather for us, because it's not too warm, it's not too cold, but.
yeah,
Down there, you guys are used to the warm weather, and we get that. But
yes,
getting back to the story, so we moved to Seattle. I get to at the age of probably 9, 10 years old. All of a sudden, these icons are starting to come up here because my folks were helping them come up here, like Gilberto Perez, like Ruben Bella,
yes,
and Tony Da Rosa. I made it up here a couple of times, and I get to see these icons again, and it was amazing to me, the response back in the day. This is late 70s. We're talking about, and the response and the support that was up here at the time, because our music was really strong up here
yes,
at a certain time. I'm talking Western Washington. If you're talking Eastern Washington, where your folks are, well, of course, that's always been strong.
hmm,
The eastern part, I think we have had more Tejanos on that side than on the western side.
yes,
So it was amazing to me to see the response and the support. I got together with some musicians and started making different bands through the late 70s. Got to play with some good bands that were local wise. Roberto Rangel, La Inspiración Chicana. So many friends that are up here. Roberto was, of course, from Toppenish, Sunnyside area. So I got to sit in with and actually play with his band for a while, and then all of a sudden, my father got me in a corner one day, and it started talking, and he says, "Hey, that's enough of playing with other folks. It's time for you to break out into your own band and make your own thing." And that's what I did. So in 1981, Los Volcanes were born, and it was named after Mount St. Helens.
yes,
So that's where the Volcanes come from. Is the eruption of Mount St. Helens here in Washington. So that was an occasion in itself. Um, going through all that, I remember that we were playing through dances through that eruption, because it was a weekend and we were still playing. There was a lot of folks that didn't care about the eruption.
right,
They were going to go to the dances and dance. Back then it
yes,
was important thing. The function or the dances were important up here in Washington, especially in Eastern Washington. Granger was another town that we would visit a lot and get to play at again. So go through the years, and we finally got onto to a record label with Hacienda. Um we've always loved Hacienda, the record label, because of the fact they recorded some of my greatest friends and the icons I looked up to. Gilberto Garcia, of Los Dos Gilbertos, Rubén Garza. I got to meet all those guys in the studio because that when we started going down there to record in Corpus, of course, we're coming from
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, and they're either in Studio B or or vice versa. I'm in Studio A, they're in Studio B, or vice versa. I got to see a lot of their recordings and hear them record and meet these icons, because they were such great musicians. But the fact of it is that's why we joined the Hacienda label. And of course, Rick became really close friend of mine. So that's why we were with CHR Records now.
Okay. So right now, what you guys are doing? You guys have several albums out since you guys have been in the industry for a while.
Oh yeah, I want to say we probably got in the neighborhood of 13 to 15, between LPs and albums, if you will, on the
Mm-hmm.
Hacienda record label that we came out with. Now, during the 2000s, Sean came finally,
Mm-hmm.
and he started growing up and listening to his uncle play. And sure enough, he got the itch of wanting to be a musician, which was lucky for me because we've done project about several projects in this studio that you see behind us,
Mm-hmm.
which it went from an analog taping, which Sean was good at,
Mm-hmm.
to a full blown digital, 24 track, if not 32 track, digital Pro Tools in here in this studio. So yeah, the kudos go to him because he's done all those things throughout the years. We've made memories in this studio, and we've recorded quite a bit of albums, if you will. Not to mention, not that nowadays it's all singles.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that Sean and I have been talking about putting out a full fledged, multiple songs, a 10, 12 song record, if you will, or a platform that has more than one single on it. So we hopefully will do that next year.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. And Sean, you coming down and joining your dad and stuff like that. What do you feel you kind of brought to the band on the table besides your dad saying he's been very lucky to have you on? What do you feel like you bring to the table more than what your dad used to do?
I'd just say that I'm obvious. I'm by far the youngest one in the band, so I kind of brought a newer ideas, I guess, or more progressive ideas, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because like my dad's conjunto all the way. He loves conjunto music. I more gravitate towards Tejano music, like keyboards, sax, all that kind of stuff. So I think I just brought some newer ideas, or maybe a different way of doing some of the songs that we've done. But yeah, other than that, it's been a great collaboration between him and I. It's just I had a different attack than he did, so to speak.
Awesome. Having those fresh minds, I know a lot of artists always say, oh, well, we brought this fresh mind. There's so many people in the industry and they've been in the industry for so long. And I know a lot of people judge the people, oh, well, they do covers and they do this. But to be honest, when you listen to the music from back in the day and recordings and stuff till now, I know there's a little sheet that they do. And, there's a lot of AIs, how they say it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But having that and just adding a little bit of a twist of what is being heard now and having you on board, I could see and hear on the song that you have the way you kind of brought your dad's conjunto vibe and brought the Tejano vibe and twisted together. So it's really what is being played now. Like that the sound you guys have, it works for conjunto side, but it also works for Tejano side. So
Yeah.
you know, congratulations on that. It's kind of
Thank you.
hard to do that. I know a lot of people try to do it, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So,
Yeah.
for you guys, I like this song. What you guys put out, your latest, and have. I mean, you can't go wrong with Sarah. She has a beautiful voice. So, you know, also Nat and Mr. Eddie. I know that you are an accordion player, and you said that
Yes.
your drummer. Who
Yeah.
else is on your band?
Well, David Chides is my good friend. He's been in the band ever since we started the band. So back in the '81, David has been the bass player of this band and continues to be one of the great influences on Sean, of course, too, to bring out some different kinds of music and to collaborate with us here in the studio. We have the guitar player is David Olivares. He's been with us some time now. David has also got a little bit of background of the music. His folks live out in Saginaw, Michigan, but he resides here in Seattle now. But and then of course we can't talk enough about Sarah. Sarah's brought a big change to this band. I don't know if you've seen the videos of Sarah. There's a popular video that did pretty well out there. Um, I don't know if I want to mention the radio or the place that all the videos are played now. Uh,
Yes, is it Tejano TV?
Tano TV, Aro Radio Chingon or something like that.
Más Chingon Radio, yes.
Yes,
Really,
yeah, yeah.
really good
So
friends to Mendoza's, and to the three amigos and all them. Saludos to.
yes,
Yes, yes.
yeah, so we've been on that program too as well with Dee and Juan and the rest of the crew there. So un saludos para ellos también.
Yeah.
But we've been fortunate enough that we've been around enough to where people still remember us, and we
Hmm.
continue to produce music thanks to Sean and his hard work in here in the studio. But we've been just blessed because of the fact that people continue to reach out to us, and even through the social media,
Hmm.
which is still I'm still getting used to. Sean's a little bit more up to date with that than I am. But the social media has really taken a wave to this thing,
Yeah.
and I'm still trying to get used to it. I like I tell Sean, I would just like to be able to be a musician in a band again and just come and do my thing, and then not have to worry about anything else. But yeah, those are the elements. Of course, Sean and I, um, uh, and Dave, the two Davids. We want to say the two Davids, and Sarah are Los Volcanes today. Um, so that's the band members that consist of this band.
Awesome. So there you have it, guys. If you guys didn't know, they are a full band. The Volcanes. As like he mentioned, he does have a full band
Yes.
for all our people that don't listen down here in South Texas and stuff like that, and are actually we get heard everywhere. So we're a podcast, we're a radio station online. You can
Hmm.
download our, you know, like how you said. Uh, the internet has kind of taken over a little bit
Yeah.
on the music side, right? If you're not on the social platforms and stuff like that, um, you know, sometimes the music doesn't get played very well
Yeah.
if you're not really intact to it, right? Because how you said, I'm pretty sure it all this is new from you, because back in the day it was like you had to go visit the radio
Yes.
stations. You had to do this to get
Yeah.
that, get
Yes.
that recognition and stuff like that. Now, what do? This is what we get. It's just a
Yeah.
camera and the other
Yeah.
end, and we
Yeah.
broadcast to everybody, right? So, that the game has changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Now you can be a little bit more independent, do the things on your own, or
Yeah. Yeah.
it's changed so much. And like how you said, good thing you do have Sean, and I'm pretty sure but all the other guys are getting the hangs of how it is
Well,
nowadays.
and that's another thing is that a lot of folks are out there right now. I never knew that it would ever come to folks being out there that are trying to get themselves uh, out there in the public through social media, but they don't even have bands. So it's been hard for me to fathom that. Is how do you to plan ahead and show up, because you're out there really by yourself without a
Mhm.
band, and then to show up to those gigs, and hopefully you have the backing of the band members. And we've been fortunate enough here in this band that it's always been a solid band, one way or the other. We've had members come and go.
Mhm.
Some of them have come back to the band at times, and for short times. But the fact of it is, Los Volcanes are a Pacific Northwest band. It's not
Yes.
me and Sean. It's a full-fledged band. And let me tell you, there's folks around here that don't have bands,
Yes.
uh, and they're just out there by themselves.
Yes.
So it's unique in the tradition that we can still be able to go out and perform with our band. So we're
Yes.
fortunate.
Yes, definitely, definitely. How you said you have the advantage because you have the full band. I
Yeah.
mean, every band, like even in Texas, every band has their struggle in
Yes.
keeping the members right. And
Yes.
how you said out there, a lot of them are kind of it's just them. It's usually that's what you hear a lot of backing tracks of people just singing or being at other places and stuff because it's kind of hard to get musicians. And
Yes.
not a lot of musicians like conjunto. A lot of musicians don't like tejano.
Right.
It's either it's other type of music. But you know what? Um, this is why like what I call our tejano conjunto scene needs to get played a lot more on some of these stations because
Yes.
get taken off a little bit and they kind of put us in the back burner, like on the back to like
Yeah.
wait till get played and stuff like that. But it really takes it's upon us, especially like how you say you guys in that area don't get recognized very well, but you guys get played out in other areas and stuff like that. But it really it's up to you guys in your area to kind of keep that hey, work the Hano, but we do conjunto. Or
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, as what I saw, I know you guys do country because I know you guys did the Moonshine song. So
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
yeah,
That
but
really did well. I'm glad you mentioned that, Kelly, because we've we've stretched our wings a little bit. And again, I give the credit to Sean. He does the production here in the studio, and we've really spread our wings in the last, I want to say, 2 or 3 years. Some of the things that we put out, I have to say, were questionable. But the country song that we did, the Moonshine, did very well for us. Sarah, again, her vocal abilities are phenomenal, I should
Phenomenal.
say. So I can't say enough about what she brings into this band. She is a registered nurse. That's her regular job. She left the band. She spent time about 5 years back in 2010-ish, 2011. She spent some time. She joined the band, but she was going to school to be a registered nurse. And
no,
I've always, applauded people that, yes, this music business is great and it's fun, but you need a backbone to fall back with, at when this thing doesn't work anymore. And that's exactly what she did. She went and got herself educated, and now she's back, stronger than ever, putting out some great music with us, with Sean and myself in the band, and we continue to enjoy Sarah back in this band as the lead singer.
yes, I really enjoy that song, Sean. You did a really good job with that. It's one of my favorite songs, to be honest.
Thank you.
You like I said, you did a really good job. There's other music you guys have done really good on. Ya no te pido perdón is one of the other
Yes.
ones you kind of
Yeah.
like as well,
Yeah.
and of course this latest one, Una vez más. I mean,
Yeah.
that song, I want to talk a little bit about that song, how you guys came about with that and how it got introduced to you guys or who wrote it.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that song.
Well, again, that song came from Sean totally. He just barely showed me the song, but I'll let him explain how he found that song.
That song came from a group called Big Circo. I don't know if you're familiar
Oh
with that.
yes, definitely.
It was a song off of one of their early albums, and I always have loved that song, and I'd never heard anything done with it. I never heard them play it. It was just kind of like it seemed like it was a forgotten song for them, but I always loved the song, and I kind of pitched it to Sarah one day of like, "Hey, what do you think of this song?" And she's like, "Well, I like it. Could I sing it?" Because of course it's a guy singing in the original song, and I was like, well, let's take a shot at it. Let's see what we can do with it. So, yeah, it's just always been a favorite song of mine, and I finally convinced this guy over here to let me try it.
That's good. Like I said, I mean, it's always good to have fresh ideas. Always try
Mhm.
to change it up or whatever. And I mean, you guys are doing it, and I mean, I wish you guys lived out here because I know
Yeah.
a lot of people say, "Oh, well, they're not from here, this and that." But you know what? The people in Texas are very fortunate to have Tejano as a constant because
Hmm.
we, I mean, we are chiflaos, to be honest,
Hmm.
because I know my family that came to this annually festival we have called the Spanish Festival. They came
Hmm.
down, and of course, I know why they came down because de parranda, some of the guys are originally from Washington,
Hmm.
so they came down to come and watch them, and they're like, "Man, you guys are so fortunate to have this. It's so hard to have this out here and stuff like that, you know." And what you guys are doing and what your sound sounds like, and not a lot of people understand that, especially in your area, right? They always hear different type of sound, but
Right.
what you guys give is so, like, I love y'all's sound. It
Thank you.
still stays true to the Tejano conjunto, ranchera. You have a little bit of a ranchera vibe in your music.
Hmm.
So you guys you're taking the Texas vibe with you guys up
Hmm.
there, and like I said, there's a lot of people don't know this, but there is a lot of Tejanos out in Washington
Oh
because
yeah. Oh
they're
yeah.
either migrants that lived
Yes.
in Texas and migrated out there,
Yes.
never came back because that's how my family's out there. That's the
Hmm.
reason they're up there.
Right.
And, to have bands like yourself and other bands that do go up there, I think I've seen a lot of several bands down here that we can say, I think the latest person that went up there, I think it was Lucky Joe was
Yeah.
up there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, my comadre, Miss Stephanie Montiel, has gone up there as well. Um, like I think a lot of the well-known bands that have been here, and they go up there and they're like, man, who would have thought that a lot of Tejanos actually do get together to go to these dances?
Hmm.
But I mean, any state you go to, there is Tejano. There
Yeah.
is Tejano people. Even if they're not Tejano, they have that the Mexican would, but Mexico loves Tejano music.
Yeah.
So, it works every way. Every city, every state has some type of vibe of Tejano. Like I said, your music, even if you move to Texas, you'll be like, it sounds what is now, what we
Yeah.
have here. And
Yeah.
like I said, Sean, I mean, like Big Circo, this guys, I haven't heard from that band in a long time,
Mhm.
and I love their sound. So now
Yeah.
I can relate to what you were trying to do to some of the other music because you have that ear to kind of produce it in some of y'all's music, and great job.
Thank you.
I'm gonna commend you on that. And like I said, having your dad and having that connection, you kind of know already what your band can do. So that's what you bring to the table as well. Um, you know, I cannot wait to see what other productions you guys would do. What maybe a collab with somebody. You guys put this moonshine song,
Yeah.
maybe have it a twist into like having country Tejano flair type into it, and I mean, having the versatile of the band members that you have, you can do that. So
Yeah.
that's awesome to have. And I mean, for the people in Texas, if you guys don't know these guys, go look them up. I've heard their music. They have great music. I think one of the albums that's on here, Mr. Eddie, I think it's from 2006, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, we go back a ways. I mean, we started back into the knack of things in the 2000s, really, because we started in 1981, 82ish,
Okay.
making records at Hacienda Records, and then took a short break, and then we came back into the 2000s. Of course, Sean's in the picture by then, so I decided that I really wanted to do projects with my own son. So
Hmm.
it really took off from there. We put out several albums through the Hacienda Records label. So had a lot of fun doing those things, and we continue to have fun. I always say, if you stop having fun, that's the time to hang it up.
Yeah.
So we're still having fun doing this, and producing music out of the Volcanes studio here in Seattle. So we'll continue to do that as long as we continue to get the support, because, as you well know, Kelly, in this business, support is the key
Hmm.
word. Need support, and I'm not only saying that for our band. I'm saying that for all the up and coming artists that are out there that are struggling to get through and be somebody in this business.
Yes.
And there's a lot of great singers that are out there in Texas that are barely starting out, that even Sean has shown me a couple of them, and I really, I'm old school, so I'm putting on the David Lee Garzas and the old school that I'm used to. But there is some really fantastic new artists out there that really need support, and I hope that the public supports them, especially in Texas, because they live in Texas. So
Yes.
more power to them, and hopefully they can keep the tradition going.
Yes, and like you nailed it right there, Mr. Eddie. I think I've seen so many posts today. I think it started since yesterday, how they emphasize a lot on, you know, people that, well, especially in the podcast era or the world or whatever, that they say, well, they acknowledge a little bit more of the new artists and this and that. I think it's the only difference that we have is our platform. Well,
Yeah,
platform is more social media, right? And what
right.
does everybody do on a daily basis? They're all on social media, no matter
Yeah,
what. It's either
yeah,
on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snap.
yeah,
TikTok is the one I would say is the biggest thing you can have.
right,
They made a good thing about that, and Facebook. I mean, of course, Facebook. It's more of a stay a little bit more connected as well. But
right.
I mean, right now how everything's changed is that is just that.
Yeah,
You know, being on social media, even if you just get on 10-15 minutes, you
yeah.
see all these people like, oh, whoa, where are they from? Or, hey, their
Hmm.
music's good. Or,
Yeah,
give them that opportunity. Like you said, the support. Like, if we don't have fans, we don't have views. We
hmm,
don't get the artists, they don't
hmm.
play music or make music. So
Right,
without you guys, we can't play music or we can't do anything. Without the fans, we can't keep doing what we're doing and give them a great interview or great show, play the music. It
right.
all works and all, it's all works together. We all have
Yeah.
to be together and stuff like that. And to our fans, I know some are writing saludos. Thank you for tuning in. Para la gente que siempre se comunica de México, saludos. Thank you for being here. Aquí está Mr. Eddie y los Volcanes y su hijo Sean están aquí con nosotros. Thank you guys so much for being here. For everybody that was on here, I mean, ve búscalos en las plataformas de Spotify. Where else can I say? Spotify,
Well,
Apple
of course,
Music,
Apple, yeah, iTunes,
Music.
they're all out there. But I'm glad that you're mentioning that, Kelly. We get a lot of messages. I want to say messages, probably not the correct word, through Facebook from Monterrey, Mexico. So, un saludos para todos en Monterrey que están escuchando la música de los volcanes. So, appreciate them sending me messages of when will we get to Mexico? When do we get to go to Monterrey? Because all of these bands really are have gone to Mexico, and Mexico is a big thing now,
Yes,
especially in Monterrey.
sí,
And I've always been reluctant to travel there. Just I think my mom, God rest her soul, but she put some scare in me that a lot of things happen in Mexico that maybe we don't like. So,
yeah.
but I think that Grimaldo music, and saludos para Grimaldo. He's always been asking, hey, when are you guys going to come down here at least once in your lifetime? Make it down here to have the public really respond to your music. And there's one thing that we've gotten a lot of views and a lot of views from Monterrey.
Oh,
They
yes.
like that. They like our music, and we need to do that. I'm going to probably talk to Sean this next year, and of us making the trip to Monterrey, and hopefully it'll come together for us.
Yes, yes, and you guys, what he means is don't travel at night. That's what they tell us.
Yeah.
Don't travel at night.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends where you're at. It
Yes.
depends where you're at. But they are, like I said, they love Tejano. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I don't know what that place is called, but I've seen a lot of Tejanos roll by there. I think I saw David Lee, David
Yeah.
Olivares, La Sombra, like a lot of people out there go out there, and
Yeah.
you mentioning that and that they want you guys out there, that's a great honor. Not a lot of they don't give
Yeah.
a lot of Tejano artists the opportunity to go out there. So
Yeah.
you know, that's really really good that you are able to connect like that with the people out there in Mexico, and especially Monterrey. I think is the main capital out there to either if you make it out there, you can make it anywhere because they are
Yeah.
really tough. So
Yeah, I mean, and gracias a Grimaldo and some of the other supporters that have been supporting us from Mexico. We did a song back a ways back called "Perdóname."
mhm,
That song went viral down there, and it was a song that we heard one day on a radio station, and then I told Sean that we should try to bring that song out, and sure enough, we did. And it just went crazy after that. But that's thanks to Grimaldo Music and those folks out there that really love that song, and they continue to push that song
yeah,
after all these years. So we love
yeah.
it.
Yes, and thank you to my good friend Ms. Norma Salazar, George Salazar's wife, out there from Holland, Michigan. Thank you, Ms. Norma, for letting me know North Tex is what it's called. So thank
Nortex,
you,
yeah.
gracias for that. Again, Mr. Eddie, I want the people to know why I keep saying you guys have a great song, a great vibe, and stuff like that. I want you guys to introduce the song. I wanted to hear a little bit of it and give them a
Sure,
tease of it. And if
sure.
you guys like it and like their stuff, go download their music. This is the only way to support our industry, our musicians, is downloading their music, support them on their social media platforms, like, share, put them out there, let them get to know more people, get more involved in the industry a little bit more, because in reality, guys, they do this for you guys, because like I said, music is just something for the soul, and they're doing that for us. So Mr.
Appreciate that.
Eddie, if you want to introduce the song Una Más, go
Una
ahead.
vez, yeah, una vez más. Of course, it's a cumbia with our lead vocalist Sarah Fonseca, and of course all of los volcanes. And it's really done well for us. So I appreciate you, Kelly, really trying to put us out there. And we need that help and that support. So yeah, go out and download it or whatever, and iTunes, Spotify. It's a great song.
Yes, again, guys, here's Los Volcanes with that song.
y siento ese amor de verdad. Es cierto, por todo lo que andan diciendo por ahí. Me dices que ya no quieres saber de mí, te vas. Yo sola quiero hacerte mucho, muy feliz, porque sé que me quieres como yo a ti. Lo siento, sé que no soy nadie más que un triste enamorada, una loca romántica que solo quiere estar a tu lado. Pero voy a intentarlo solo una vez más, voy a pedirte solo una oportunidad. Si no me quieres bien, pues ¿qué más puedo hacer? Voy a llorar y sola te recordaré, pero voy a intentarlo solo una vez más. Yo sé que tú me quieres de hace tiempo atrás. Este es nuestro momento, no lo dejes ir, porque yo no quisiera olvidarme de ti.
All right, guys, there you go. Una vez más from Los Volcanes. Again, guys, that is a great, great song. I can't tell you enough how great of a song that is. And I mean, Sean, what can I tell you? So well recorded. Her vocals are so great on it. I mean, just the drums, the guitar in it, the accordion. I know that's you, Mr. Eddie, right? So
No, that is not me, Kelly.
it's not you.
No, I've done the accordion tracks in the past, but
Okay.
again, you're looking at the accordion player right here.
Oh, okay.
On the recordings, all of our latest recordings are all Sean, and he's on the drums as well. If not, sometimes he's even on the bass. So he's doing the full production
Wow.
of projects like this. So that's why I give kudos to him. He's a well-rounded musician. He loves what he does. I want him to continue to produce music like this. And it's great to hear fans out there really appreciating what he does in this studio, because he spends a lot of time in here
Yeah.
trying to put the music together. But no, on this particular track, it's Sean playing the accordion.
Well, I guess you got your dad straight because you can play it really well, right?
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's good to hear that. Like I said, I have a great connection with, of course, Miss Stephanie Montiel, her husband, Gabriel Zavala. So what he does for her and for a lot of the artists that he records with is something that you do. So you keep it up. It's kind of hard to find producers, songwriters, engineers like yourself, because since you can play a lot of the instruments, sometimes it's kind of hard to get your guy in the studio to try to record.
Yeah.
At least you can fill in for that, and
Yes.
that's a big plus on that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly the problem. Our guys, they live a distance away. I don't know if you are familiar, Kelly, with Sidro Woolley, Mount Vernon area, up in Bellingham. Some of the guys live 60 plus, if not 80 miles away, so it's hard to get them into the studio. And it's more than likely going to happen with the collaboration of Sean and I. Do all the guitar parts, but he does the rest of it, so to speak. So the accordion and the bass, the drums are always usually him playing them. So it's almost like a Steve Jordan situation back in the day. If you recall, Steve Jordan would record all of the instrumentation on his projects, and that's kind of what Sean does. He also sings. So if you ever have heard some of our material, there is a couple of songs out there that actually Sean. I know he doesn't like me bringing this up, but he's actually the singer. And yes, we've gotten a lot of messages in regards to that he should sing more in the band. So
You just made him get red.
He loves to bringing that up. I hate singing, but
Hey, well, it sounds good if you're doing some of the back end of that. It sounds really, really good, you know. And like your dad says, I mean, what best way to have your own dad put you out there and
Yeah.
have you up here and praise you on everything you do, because if you can't get your dad's approval, then you know, to be honest, if you can get your dad's approval, nothing else matters. So
Yeah.
that's really, really good to have. And you know, saludos to, I'm sorry. I'm trying to say saludos because I saw Mr. Flaco Jimenez's son, Mr. Gil Jimenez,
Yeah.
tune in.
Yeah.
Saludos,
Yeah.
Mr. Gil. Thank you for tuning in.
Saludos, Gil.
Gil, and like I said, Sean, I mean, how do you do it to try to get, you know, you're there in the studio preparing a song and stuff like that? Do you bring it to your dad, or you just tell him, "Look, this is what I have. I need you guys to record this, and let's get to the studio."
There's been I think I've done it both ways, where either I show them the idea, like I'll show them the song from maybe somebody else, and I kind of talk through maybe my idea. But I've also just fully recorded a song before and just hit play and said, listen to this. So I've done it both ways. I prefer to record it first and then show him, because it's more of a surprise that way. But uh, whatever works.
So basically, you have the green light either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does because this is really his studio here. His projects are, there's so many projects that we've done here, and I can tell you, Kelly, there's a lot in the cookie jar that he
Oh,
hasn't even let out yet. So there's a quite a bit of music that he's been recording. Of course, again, I mentioned her quite a bit, but Sarah has ever since she's come back to the band. Sean continues to put new projects out with her, and can't hardly wait for next year because I'm really thinking that we're going to put a full-fledged album out because we haven't done that for a while. But looking forward to folks hearing what he has in the cookie jar. So
so a lot of music coming from Volcanes still.
yes, yes,
Awesome, awesome. You know, I'm excited, guys, for you guys. Like I said, I know our area. It's really hard, especially in the Texas area and stuff like that, to get the recognition and you know, the good thing about us Texas people, when we get the other musicians come in, we're open arms. We'll let you in. Yes, you know, somebody's gonna correct me and be like, no, it's not. It's kind of hard sometimes. Yes, it is. But if you round yourself with the right people, you'll get, you know, the recognition, get the, you know, the knowledge or whatever you want to get from even being here or down here. You'll get it if you're with the right people. And I mean, you have great people on your end. Mr. Roy, like I said, Mr. Roy's done
yes,
amazing stuff with us as well. Great promoter. You know, he's he's on the ball.
he
He's
is,
the guy that's
he
on the
is.
ball. So, you
Really
know,
appreciate really appreciate Roy and everything he does for us, being
yes,
up here. But he really promotes our stuff. He gets us the interviews when we need to get the songs out there, and so can't say enough about Roy and all his support because that's what he continues to do for us.
yes. So, just mentioning Roy, is there any other persons they can contact to, like, say we have somebody on here that wants to make contact with you guys to get you on their show, or
Well, yeah, yeah, that's a good question, Kelly. Hilda Pena
okay,
also has been with us for a while now, and she continues to support us and help us through, the all the support through radio, and continues to send out all our material. So, un saludo para Hilda Pena.
yeah,
And thanks to her, and thanks, of course, to Rick. Again, Rick Garcia is the main person that if anybody wants something on radio that they need, or even on the podcasts, they really should get a hold of Rick. Rick Garcia with CHR Records. Again, he continues to support us all the way down in Harlingen, Texas. I'm probably going to be making my route down there that next year. Haven't been down to Texas for a little while, so probably be meeting up with Rick in the near future to discuss new projects and, of course, the possibility of getting a new material out and maybe a full-fledged album.
yes, awesome. You know, Mr. Eddie, you talking about all that and everything. Where else can they find you? What are you guys under on the all the social media platforms?
all our
The band name Los Volcanes de Eddie Rodriguez on
Okay.
everything.
yeah, everything is under that.
Oh,
So if they want to find us, again, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, everything that it's out there, we've been on. So I don't really understand it, Kelly, to be honest with you. I don't understand how that stuff works. And Sean's better at that than I am. Again, I continue to be part of this band and appreciate the fact that we're able and blessed to be able to still put out music for the fans and for the fans to respond again, even the
yeah,
fans down in Mexico
yeah,
that continue to support us up here.
yes. So I know we have a I guess you could say festival or entertainment thing coming up in March, which is called Fanfare. Have you
Yeah.
guys made your way down here for that?
One too many times.
Mhm.
To be honest with you, fanfares are fun, and they used to be really a lot of fun for us. But you get to a point in your musical career that fanfares are and I like the fact that they moved it out of the square, Market
Mm-hmm.
Square. But we went down there for the first year of they moved it to that park. I can't
Uh-huh.
remember.
The
Uh,
hemisphere.
Mhm.
yeah, Hemisphere. So I don't know. Yeah, I want to say yeah, that was a good move, but maybe not. I don't know. Market Square is what we've always attended. We, back in the years, and especially in the early 2000s, when we first started with Hacienda Records again, we
Mhm.
went to that. I want to say every year we were at Fanfare. And then the Conjunto Awards started up
Yes.
down in the valley. So we started going to that every year.
Uh,
And by the way, we brought back awards from those folks. So again, Kelly, we've been blessed that we put out music and it is recognized because we bring back awards from those ceremonies. So um, can't say enough about the support through all those folks down there, especially in the valley. Yes, we've progressed through the conjunto stage. I know that that's what I grew up playing. I continue to struggle to understand sometimes the newer music, but we're going to continue to try to do that. But well, there's much more, hopefully in 2026 that you're going to hear from us.
awesome. Awesome. I cannot wait. And just so people can know, if if Mr. Eddie can get to the Neil Diamond show,
Yeah,
that means a lot of you guys can as well. So,
yeah.
congratulations on Grammys and awards
Thank you.
and all that. And Mr. Sean, like I said, what you've done and what you're doing and those awards and stuff like that, it's so awesome to be recognized through those departments like that and getting awards. Um, it shows what you're capable of doing for your dad and the band and everything else and everything you put into work. It You could tell that it's out of love. And I mean,
Hmm.
I want to talk a little bit about that, Sean. I know that your dad kind of mentions your uncle.
Mhm.
Is it really your uncle, or you would like watch your dad, but your uncle pay more attention, or what?
Well, I paid more attention to my uncle because he was the drummer, and that was the instrument that grabbed me when I was little. I
Okay.
love the drums, so I think he started to notice that I was taking an interest in it, and he took the time to start teaching me how to play.
Mm-hmm.
So he taught me a lot of the basics and got me off and running, and then from there I just started studying other drummers. I even study other genres because I love rock music. I also am huge into rock music, so I started to kind of get into all that kind of stuff. So sometimes you might hear some of that in our music a little bit here and there. It gets a little rock influenced a little bit sometimes,
Yes.
but
It
but yeah,
doesn't
my
hurt. It
no,
doesn't hurt.
no. But yeah, my uncle was the one who originally taught me how to play the drums.
Yeah, and you know what? It's crazy because a lot of the drummers that I know personally, um, that is what they like. That is what they want. But right now, the Tejano scene is where they're at.
Hmm.
But that's what they listen to most. Like they'll listen to Metallica and Korn, all that stuff. And when you have a drummer like that, and especially with a versatile to be able to do Tejano and the feel when you're a drummer, right? The tone, like the what I call the cymbals and all that, it comes to play. And when you want to change it up a little bit, and they're able to do that because of what they listen to, they'll, especially like yourself as a producer, you tell them, "Oh, I want this," and they're able to do it. And there's a lot of
Right.
drummers that'll just stay the basic, just the timbales and the timbal and the cymbal. That's it. Like that's all they want to play. Like they won't do crazy stuff in the drums and stuff like that. And it's good to have the drummer or a ear to do that. And you do. And I'm pretty sure I don't know if you'll take other roles besides helping your dad and open your doors to maybe even producing other people and make it happen. It doesn't hurt, but you'll stay true, of course, to the band. But
Right.
it doesn't hurt to let your other knowledge be done through other musicians or you know. I'm pretty sure that's how you got your recognition is doing that and all that stuff. So props to you, Mr. Eddie. You have a great son.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and like your band, God bless your band and everybody on there. Sarah, um,
Thank you.
to her too, great vocalist. You guys are doing great stuff, and I hope you guys get something out of this, and a lot of people get to know, hey, man, they're still in the industry. I used to listen to them, and I thought that they were no longer, and
Right.
them now. A lot of people get lost sometimes with the music. They're like,
Hmm.
oh, I thought they weren't anymore, and look at them now. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're getting older, but they are getting younger individuals in the band, or the music changed. That's the reason we stopped, listening, or
Yeah.
now they come back and be like, oh, pues todavía es Tejano, or
Yeah.
todavía es
Yeah.
conjunto. They didn't change much. It's just a little bit here and the tweaking here and
Yeah.
there, but it's still Eddie and the Volcanes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, you know, to everybody in my, what do you call it, northwest area out there, to some of my classmates that live in Alaska that listen to Tejano and stuff. Hey, you guys, get them out there. I don't know if
Yeah.
Mr. Eddie will travel to Alaska,
Yeah, yeah, well, as you never know, but and we've done the traveling thing quite a bit. As I was saying to earlier, Kelly, I'm no longer allowed to drive the bus. So that privilege was taken over by Sean as well. So I can't say enough about the fans here in the Pacific Northwest. They've always supported us, especially Armando Gonzalez out of Portland, Oregon. There's festivals that we go to. It's more festivals than dances anymore up here, if you
but
will. And that's what we play at these festivals that are up here. Armando continues to support us. Outside of Armando, there's Elena out of Independence, Oregon. We've been going down there and doing their festivals as well. So, saludos para Elena, and as well as other folks. Juan Garza, el Primo Juan, up in Bellingham and Mount Vernon area. We continue to do those festivals as well. Not to mention Jerry D. de la Rosa, outside of Moses Lake, Washington. Saludos para él, Antonio Daniel, and Ben Barreras, and as well as Chuco Herrera. All these folks, they all have supported us throughout the years. They continue to support us, so I want to send a shout out to them as well.
awesome, awesome. And like I said, you guys are doing great stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. To our fans that are on there and listen to us right now and got to know a little bit about your history and how you're getting in the industry and your band and what basically your bio of life of making it into the Tejano industry. I mean, congratulations.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you guys being here. I love that you guys are still keeping it Tejano, conjunto. You
Hmm.
know, we can't get enough of that. I mean, I don't. I hope we never lose that. I call it tradition, right? Because
Right.
in realidad, the Tejano is just cultura to us.
Right.
So to keep doing that and pushing it out there, especially in that area, and um, all props to you guys. I hope you guys have a amazing fan base. You guys have amazing people surround you guys. All there is keep going forward. Don't let one bad fall, identify who you guys are. I mean, Mr. Eddie, you say you've been in the music for a
A
very long
long time.
time,
A
so
long
you
time.
gotta keep doing what you love, especially this. What a lot of us call it hobbies or the love or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, but to still be able to do it for so many years, like you
Yeah.
can see a lot of the bands that there's a lot of musicians kind of already removing themselves from the
Yes.
industry. I
Yeah.
mean, all there is for us to do is keep growing and letting this new generation
Yeah.
of musicians, kind of start filling those places where it's getting voided and some of them are leaving us. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much great music out there, but the opportunities are just not there. And
Right.
it's up to us, like myself and radio, to keep that
Yes.
because you guys are doing the production, you guys are doing the music. It's just, you know, the leap, the doorway. You just
Yes.
need that doorway to get there. So we got to do our part as well in supporting you guys because you guys are already doing enough on your end. So I hope this can change. I know this is a like an everyday talk, and it just really is up to us. We are the ones that can make you guys are the ones that make us and our fans. So props to you guys now, keeping it real, keeping it Tejano Conjunto, and I cannot wait to hear more of you guys. Like I said, Mr. D, I saw a little bit of all of what you've done, listen to it. Of course, back in the day, there was not all these tricks there is now that
Yeah.
you can record hearing different things, and of course, having your son and having that knowledge of that is great. It's great to have, and Sean, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a great thing for the band. And Mr. Eddie, salutes to all your band, to you.
Thank you.
Um, any last words you want to tell your fans before we log off?
No, just appreciating all the support that we continue to get throughout all these years of making music. The bottom line is here is that we must continue to support all the bands out there that are still trying to get noticed. I think you mentioned it yourself, Kelly. That's the folks that are controlling all the podcasts, that controlling the radio stations and stuff. We've got to get our younger folks out there so that they can be noticed and
Mm-hmm.
appreciated, so they will continue to carry the torch for the folks that are leaving the industry. And there's a kind lately there's a more and more folks are starting to leave. So
Yes.
we all know about what Bobby's up to and what Elida is going to be doing soon. And more power to them. They deserve to go and relax now and enjoy their retirement, so to speak. So more kudos to them. But the new and up and coming artists are the ones that need all the support that they can get. So hopefully
Yes.
that's going to happen.
Yes, definitely. And to everybody that's from the Washington area, Utah, uh, Cali, I'm pretty sure Cali can listen to your music out there. To all the surrounding areas where you guys are at, I hope the support still keeps going for you guys 100%. I know
Thank
our
you.
Texas people always keep, try to help out our Tejano industry and our Tejano musicians. And wherever you guys go, hopefully, whatever, if you get, I don't know if you guys are playing anytime soon somewhere, and I don't know if you have anything lined up yet.
Well, what we usually do is we take these months that usually, as you well know, Kelly, these are winter months for us,
Mm-hmm.
and the snow will be soon arriving here. It's just a matter of time. So what we do is, because we travel around in the bus, We try
Mhm.
to stay away from the road during these months, all the way up till March. That's when we start getting back on the road at the festivals, and all the things that are going on that start up in March around here. In the meantime, we're in the studio right now, producing new music. Is exactly what Sean and I have been doing the last couple of months. Is that we just we're in the studio trying to produce new music, and new music for the fans to enjoy. So that's what we'll be doing for a couple of months. In March, we'll start on the road again, but we'll be in touch with everybody to know, to let them know what the next plans are for Los Volcanes.
Yes, guys. So follow them on social media. I'm pretty sure they'll put their event dates on there. And to everybody out there, show them the support. Go like them again. Mr. Eddie, Sean, thank you for being here with Sirius Dahano, giving
Thank
us
you.
the
Thank you.
opportunity to do this interview and get to know you guys a little bit. Uh, Usually, when everybody passes through here, we don't just call you guys artists, fans. You guys are family now. So
Thank you.
thank you so much for being here, trusting us. We always say, whatever you need, reach out to us. We're here to help you. This is the reason why we do what we do, is to help out all the Tejan artists as much as we can and whatever we can. It, I know a lot of people say, well, how do you help them financially? If we can somehow, some way we can, hey. But if we can't, we're here just for the support to get you noticed, because I
That's
know
that's what
that
that's
is
what we need.
the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
So, we're here for you guys. Whenever you guys welcome to come back, just reach out to us. Mr. Roy Orega, thank you so much for doing this. To everybody that had this, a big part on it, to our boss man Joe Rivas, he is always welcoming of bringing in all these. Our calendar is crazy right now. I think we're already booked all the way to February.
That's
So,
great. That's
I
great.
mean, props to our boss, to our all our radio personnel that we have on our station, to all the Sirius Tejano family, to all our fans. Thank you so much to everybody that's out there. I know it's the holidays, so gracias. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a great
Igualmente.
prospect New Year. Guys, be careful. I know we've been getting hit very bad with family members passing here and there, but if you guys
Yeah.
are going through something, you need something, listen to music, listen to Eddie and Los Volcanes, listen to other Tejano music that's out there. Don't feel like you're alone. We're here. This is the reason we do it. God bless you guys. We
Thank
love
you.
this. Mr. Eddie, Mr. Sean, like I said, doors are always open. You're always welcome. And I wish you nothing but the best and good luck in
Thank
it.
you, Kelly. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Kelly.
Yes,
A final Merry Christmas to everybody. Everybody have great holidays. Be safe with your relatives, with your families, and I hope to see you soon, or we hope to see you soon out on the road. Kelly, can't say enough about the hospitality you showed us today.
yes,
Can appreciate. We really appreciate you taking the time with us today. Can't say enough about that.
yes, yes. And y'all stay warm or stay
Yeah.
inside or whatever the weather might be out in that area. So, again, thank you so much. You guys have a great night. We'll catch
You
you
too.
again. We'll probably see you until the new year, guys. If not, you just never know what happens in our station. So,
Right
again,
on.
you all have a beautiful Wednesday. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.